Let's go now to the protests in this country. Outrage on the snowy grounds of the Wisconsin State Capitol building. Thousands are protesting a budget bill that would strip public workers of most of their collective bargaining rights. And our Ted Rowlands has been out there for all of the shouting and all of the slogans. So Ted, hey, yeah, it looks like you got a big crowd there standing behind you. What's the turnout like today?
Well, the estimates are about 70,000 people, so a huge turnout when you factor in the weather. It's been snowing, it's been fairly cold here, about the same crowds last week. And of course, the reason they're here is that the impasse is still here. This wide divide between Governor Scott Walker, who wants to limit collective bargaining rights, and the 14 Democratic senators that fled the state to Illinois so that the governor can't push the legislation through. You take a look around, there are tens of thousands of people still here, not only outside the Capitol, but inside the Capitol. People have been sleeping there as well. We talked to some folks that came down from Minnesota, some nurses. Here's what they had to say.
What they're doing here is trying to kill unions, period. There is no reason for what's going on to be going on. They've created a fiscal crisis and then blame the victims. Well, we're all victims here.
We have to stick together. We all work hard every single day for what we do, for the people that we care for, and the jobs that we do. And what Walker is doing is very unjust and wrong.
And most of the folks out here, Don, have a sign of some sort. And some of them are very creative. A lot of them, of course, against Governor Walker. And a lot of them, or most of them, pro-union. My favorite one was, I blame Brett Favre. But they run the gamut. No problems in terms of security. You know, there's almost 100,000 people out here, no security problems. So that says something about the civil discourse that we have seen over the past week.
Yeah, and you know, I see there's a sign behind you that says Wisconsin doesn't need a dictator, but there's also one that says we stand, I think. Ted, if you can read some of the signs. We stand with Walker. So are there supporters of Walker in the crowd as well?
Well, there have been a few, but they've been wildly outnumbered. Last week, there were some Tea Party folks here, but today we saw 2 or 3, literally, folks with signs, and that was about it. Obviously, they knew if they came down here, they would be severely overwhelmed. So that said, there are a lot of folks at home who didn't come down here who absolutely do support the governor, and this stalemate is going to extend at least until next week, it looks like.
All right, Ted, stay warm. Those folks are not letting the inclement weather affect them. They're still out there. Thank you very much, Ted Rowlands in Madison, Wisconsin. And don't underestimate the influence